feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung.
Introducing Fat-Free Promise Ultra. Zero fat with just 5 delicious calories a serving.
And every time I see you grin,
It's the first fat, definitely one of a kind.
you make me feel so young.
Regular or new Fat-Free Promise Ultra. Get heart smart.
Japan's prime minister today expressed shock over the shooting death of another Japanese student in America. He said he hoped it would lead to gun control. John Blackstone reports on the crime and the consequences.
The news from America is once more of guns, random violence, and death. The victim this time was 25-year-old Masa Kuriyama. The exchange student was shot in the head as he left a suburban subway station near San Francisco.
It's sort of indicative of some of the things that are happening in our society today by way of violence and random acts of violence.
With no apparent motive, the killing is reinforcing the idea that to visit America is to enter a danger zone.
Killing people is it's unbelievable.
We Japanese don't know how to protect ourselves.
When I come to America, it's like everywhere you go, you're in danger all the time, wherever you go, any time of the day.
On Japanese TV, residents of the suburb where Kuriyama was killed said this isn't the way things usually are.
We always think Concord's a very safe place, and it was very shocking.
It's very sad, and I hope the people of Japan understand that it's not reflective of all Americans.
But what the Japanese see of America in movies and TV shows is a land where guns do much of the talking. An idea powerfully enhanced last October when a Japanese exchange student in Louisiana was shot and killed when he knocked on the wrong door on his way to a Halloween party. One organization that places exchange students says thousands fewer Japanese are coming to America.
We handled close to 8,000 students. About 4 or 5 years ago, it was about 11,000.
Flowers and notes now mark the spot where Masa Kuriyama died and where America's reputation suffered one more wound. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Francisco.
In Washington, government investigators charged that millions of dollars in cleanup money for the 1989 Exxon Valdez oil spill may be going down the drain. The money from Exxon was supposed to pay for repairing oil spill damage. Instead, government auditors say federal and state officials are paying for projects unrelated to the spill or without much scientific value. The government is also taking heat today for its handling of another disaster, the Great Floods of '93. The Mississippi River was open to barge traffic today in both directions for the first time in almost 2 months. But life along the Mississippi is still far from normal. Correspondent Vicki Mabry reports from the scene of one case in Point.
The water and sandbaggers are gone, replaced now by mud and cleanup crews.
It's good for the soul. It's just good for the soul, good for the spirit. Feels good to do it.
LaGrange residents knew what the river would leave behind after it sat in their town for a month. The layers of caked dirt coating everything. Nearly 3 weeks after the floodwaters receded, folks in LaGrange thought they'd be well on their way to renovating their homes and businesses. They thought that by this point, they'd be much closer to having their lives back together.
I want to know when I can go to work in my house.
But progress is held up while residents and government officials debate what can and cannot be rebuilt.
Now that's how the rules are stated.
We're at the point now, instead of household products and cleaning stuff and personal items, now we need boards and lumber and permission from the federal government to work on our houses.
If repairs to a building in the floodplain will cost more than half of what the structure is worth, federal regulations say it must be elevated or moved to higher ground.
If we insist on living right on the stream bank, then we're going to insist on getting flooded. And that may not be the smartest thing in the world to do.
So LaGrange waits for a building inspector to decide if their library and restaurant and the rest of Main Street can stay put.
I've told them a dozen times, just go to city limits and just watch us build. We won't ask you for a penny.
But the government has no way of keeping towns from asking for federal assistance, just like there's no way to guarantee the Mississippi will never flood again. Vicki Mabry, CBS News, LaGrange, Missouri.
Stay with us for much more CBS Evening News, including drawing people together in a place where division may be the key to peace.
When I get gas, I may look like this, but I feel like this, painfully bloated with gas.
Gas-X has the power to relieve gas faster than antacids.
So I feel like me again.
Painful gas needs the power of Gas-X.
I'm about to cook a low-fat feast before your very eyes, using all-natural Pam cooking spray instead of oil or butter. With Pam, nothing comes between you and the taste of your food. No funny aftertaste to cover up the flavors. And it's the only leading spray that's 100% natural. You cut down on fat and cholesterol, not on taste. With Pam, nothing comes between you and the taste of your food.
The idea for our new Dow plant was simple. If we don't cause water pollution, there'll be no need to clean up water pollution. So Dow employed advanced technology that completely recycles the water we use within the plant instead of sending it back to the river. No one made us do it. We just did it. Is this kind of pollution prevention important for our future? I've got a couple of reasons that say yes, it is.
Dow lets you do great things.
A woman is different than a man. Her system is 3 times as likely to become irregular. Correctol is the woman's gentle laxative that works predictably overnight.
No wonder more women trust it.
Correctol, the woman's gentle laxative.
Come along on a summer vacation. You can still get your kicks on Route 66, an all-new 48 Hours Wednesday.
A double standoff continues tonight in Nicaragua, where rebel groups from the left and the right are both holding hostages. Gunfire broke out in Managua, where leftist Sandinistas are holding government officials in retaliation for a similar siege by the Contras. Today, the leftists freed 2 hostages, but held on to 18 more, including prominent politicians being used as human shields. Both sides are angry at the government for failing to deliver on promises of post-war aid. Another U.S. State Department official, the 4th in a year, has quit to protest U.S. policy on Bosnia. Stephen Walker said he could not support a process that legitimizes genocide against the Bosnian Muslims. CBS News correspondent Barry Peterson tonight looks at Muslims under the gun from a Serbian stronghold overlooking Sarajevo.
This is the view of downtown Sarajevo that terrorizes the city, the view down the sights of a Serb gun. When they have raked city streets with murderous fire, they were not killing strangers. Many of these men are from Sarajevo. Below are former neighbors, former friends.
Friends, I have friends, but he not my friends anymore.
Muslim bunkers are close, but ordinary people come even closer. This soldier saw an old man chopping wood. He just wanted firewood to cook dinner, explained the soldier. Why kill him? Dropic Goran was a construction engineer. He keeps his mind sharp by computing the mathematics of lobbing a mortar on a fire-blackened wall. These are men who believe in what they're doing. We must have a divide, said Belko Stupar. There's no chance we'll ever live together again. To make any peace plan work, the soldiers on this hill have got to pull way back. Only then will the people of Sarajevo feel safe. Only then will they no longer be targets. Away from Sarajevo, along the hundreds of miles of Serb lines, the sentiment is the same. Stay put. Hold on to what we've got. On remote hillsides, Serb soldiers relax. They can. They control some 70% of Bosnia. Captain Nedeljko Sikimic has been on the front since the war started 16 months ago. The war won't end soon, he says, because we're not going to give up what we fought for. Starting this war was easy, said one officer. Ending it is what's going to be hard. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Southern Bosnia.
Salvage crews in Denmark are exploring the wreck of a German submarine, hoping it may hold secrets from the end of World War II. The U-boat was hoisted out of 200 feet of water and mud in surprisingly good condition, 48 years after it was sunk by Allied bombs. Historians think the ship may have been carrying documents from Hitler's final days. Double trouble for the U.S. in space. A new $67 million weather satellite launched into orbit this month may be a total loss because of an electrical problem. And mum's the word again today for the Mars Observer. Attempts to reestablish contact with the $1 billion satellite still unsuccessful. President Clinton is off the radar screen again today, continuing his vacation on Martha's Vineyard. According to a White House spokesman, the president's schedule today consisted mainly of, quote, vegging out. Still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, Eye on America. Tonight, taking unfair advantage of Hurricane Andrew.
I drink V8 because...
Hey, I think it's good for me. It makes me peppy.
You got your vitamin A, your vitamin C. I like it because it has those beta-carotenes in it.
What's that word?
Beta-carotenes.
Pardon?
Beta what? You know, beta-carotene.
Muy sabroso.
Call me crazy, but I think it's delicious.
35 calories.
Really? 35? Yes. It's a kick. Mwah, I love you. V8?
V8 keeps me thin.
It's zippy kind of thing, a zippy thing.
More tea, Daddy?
Sure, honey. Fill her up. A short while ago, Mike Ward had a headache. But he couldn't postpone his tea party with one of the town's best hostesses, so he took a Motrin IB. The same medicine as in the Motrin doctors have prescribed for years, but in non-prescription strength. And now that his headache's gone, he can concentrate on the things that really matter.
Good tea, huh, Daddy?
It's excellent tea, Becky. Excellent. Motrin IB, the relief of Motrin in non-prescription strength.
Oh, we dreamed about a vacation in Hawaii for 12 years. Then we get there and disaster strikes. We're all stuck in our room with diarrhea. So I bought Imodium AD. I heard it worked better.
Original prescription strength Imodium AD stops diarrhea, often with one dose, instead of dose after dose of the pink stuff.
With just one dose, our diarrhea was gone, and so were we, out having the time of our lives.
Imodium AD, the original prescription for one-dose relief.
Find out how alcohol affects you even after you think you've sobered up. And David Letterman's Crazy Fan.
Tomorrow on CBS This Morning with Harry Smith and Paula Zahn.
1 year ago tomorrow, Hurricane Andrew ripped through South Florida with wind gusts over 170 miles an hour. The damage was enormous. But it's turning out not all of it was done by the hurricane. And truth is, some of the damage never actually happened. Reed Galen investigates for tonight's Eye on America. South Florida, lying in ruins.
And he claimed he owned 23 suits. He paid $2,250 each.
State investigator John Askins takes us around the hurricane area, touring the homes of the stars.
His wife had 60 dresses at $1,250.
The heavy hitters on his endless list of suspects.
He got paid $180-some thousand, and basically they were phony receipts.
Now your pocket.
The looting began as soon as Hurricane Andrew passed. First, the street predators. And then a more genteel kind of looting began. Out of $16 billion insurance dollars paid to rebuild Dade County, perhaps $2 billion are the result of bogus claims. Misery and greed, all mixed up together.
We had an individual that went up on his roof with a pickaxe and completely destroyed his roof.
Get a few insurance adjusters together. Hear their war stories.
They'd take garden hoses in and spray the inside of their homes down.
It will not renew your faith in human nature.
We've seen people that would go out to garbage dumps. They would take damaged things from other folks and try to claim it as their own.
10 to 20% of hurricane claims are believed outright fraud, beyond simple exaggeration. A contagious fever infecting even those who did not cheat.
They feel like suckers. Some have even said to me they wish they could do it over again and do what the others had.
We are talking for the most part about fine, upstanding citizens. People who worry that crime is getting out of control in this country. People who wouldn't keep the extra dime if they got back the wrong change. Who teach their children to do the right thing.
But even though, I mean, she's a doctor, we've got to take this seriously.
Askins and his agents are about to arrest a therapist. An educated, well-off, middle-aged professional. No hint of past trouble.
You really need that on these kinds of things?
Anytime you're going to take somebody's liberty away, you don't know how they're going to react.
The good doctor is shocked, of course. She simply filled out a couple of forms, duplicating receipts, investigators say. And it's hard to think of a multi-billion-dollar insurance company as a victim. They're always shocked, Askins says. Can't quite believe the luck of being singled out of 650,000 claims.
You would be hard-pressed to find anyone at our division who is sympathetic with insurance companies. but it's not fair to the honest people get their rates jacked up even more so people can drive Mercedes and make a killing. You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer any questions.
I can still hear those words. I can still feel how my body was shaking.
Cicely Reed falsified her claim, listing things she never owned, inflating her loss by tens of thousands of dollars.
You're a teacher.
Yes.
You're a role model.
Yes. I don't want to take the easy way out and say everybody was doing it, which around me, everybody was. In my mind, I was entitled to it.
It's our entitlement. We've paid insurance. We've paid it for years.
Psychologist Crown finds cheaters often want punitive damages.
Maybe I'm entitled to a little bit better than what I had.
Why?
Because I suffered.
The hurricane opened up an opportunity.
It was a crime of opportunity?
Yes.
Reed's sentence may look like a slap on the wrist.
It's not my fault.
She was sent to a values clarification class.
Or are you going to just whine and tell me about how bad things are?
But as a result of the fraud, Reed's entire $90,000 claim was denied. She had to borrow the money to rebuild her house.
I've come to grips with the blame is on me.
A lot of people think they've gotten away with it, and they really haven't.
John Askins expects to be working these cases the next 5 years till the statute of limitations expires. But here in the land of new big-screen TVs and clean new roofs, it's apparent that the most costly natural disaster in U.S. history has also turned into the most profitable. Misery and greed, all mixed up together. In Miami, I'm Reed Galen for Eye on America.
And that's our news. Coming up tomorrow on CBS This Morning with Harry Smith and Paul Azan, checking out America's supermarkets, the best and the worst. I'm Connie Chung in New York. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Thank you for joining us. For Dan Rather and all of us at CBS News, good night.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Hey, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say...
You could give your kids a bologna made from less than 100% pure beef or one with fillers. The question is, why would you?
'Cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-A.
Now get the freshness of Glade in an air freshener made just for your car. New Glade Clip-On. Clip-on here, clip-on there. Clip-on freshness everywhere. Clip on your favorite Glade scents with refills that freshen for 30 days.
Freshness for your bar, freshness for your car.
With adjustable vents for just the right amount of freshness.
Clip-on freshness everywhere.
New Glade Clip-Ons. Fresh from Glade. From S.C. Johnson Wax.
This dog food looks totally different from any other dog food I've ever seen.
Pam Lefevre, top breeder of champion English setters, talks about new pedigree mealtime with rice and vegetables.
When you look at the dog food, you see the meaty kibbles plus the rice and the peas and carrots. Pedigree does not have any soy in their dog food. This is a very balanced diet. The dogs love it. I think that this might be the future of dog food. I would recommend Pedigree to anyone who wants their dog to be happy and healthy.
Pedigree, developed with vets, recommended by top breeders.
Day after day, you make those glasses of thick Metamucil disappear. Why not make them all disappear with FiberCon? Doctor-recommended FiberCon gives you the same fiber regularity in tablets.
Easy-to-swallow tablets.
Get doctor-recommended FiberCon.
Attention heartburn sufferers.
If antacids work, why do I keep getting heartburn?
You know, frequent heartburn may be a sign of a more serious medical problem. Your doctor has treatment plans that can help.
Frequent heartburn. Isn't it time you talk to your doctor?